Trello is an ideal project management software for individuals and teams looking for a visually pleasing and intuitive interface to simply manage and organize tasks and projects completely for free. Hey guys, welcome back to this channel and thanks for joining us if it's your first time here. Now today I'm excited to walk you through this updated Trello tutorial for beginners and guide you through how to use Trello in 2021 to manage individual and team projects and tasks with Trello's overly generous free plan. Now, unlike the majority of project management tools that offer free plans with obvious limitations, Trello's free plan allows you to have up to 10 live projects and collaborate with unlimited users, as well as other generous features that we'll cover in this tutorial. Now, just quickly guys, before we launch into Trello, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and that way you'll stay updated with actionable videos and tutorials designed to equip you with the skills, knowledge, and tools to grow your small business online. And with that quick note out the way, let's waste no more time and get you up to speed with this leading free project management software called Trello. Okay, so here we are on Trello. Now, all you need to do is head over to Trello.com and you'll arrive at this page. Now, today we're going to discuss and walk you through Trello's free plan because this is an extremely comprehensive free project management plan that is ideal for individuals for personal use or for small teams. Now, one of the leading reasons why we love using Trello is because of the visual interface. Now, unlike a lot of other project management tools that are quite boring and have unattractive interfaces, Trello provides users with a highly visual layout, making it more fun, flexible, and engaging when collaborating with other team members. Okay, so let's get started with Trello's free plan by simply navigating over to email and entering our email in here. Now, if you've already gone ahead and signed up to Trello, then feel free to skip this initial sign up process in our tutorial by clicking the next chapter below. And that way we'll meet you at the Trello dashboard. But for now, what we're going to do is navigate down here and sign up with Google. You have the option to enter your details here. However, we like keeping all our information and tools in one place with Google. So we're going to go ahead and sign up with Google. Here we're just going to select our Google account, and then come down and click create your account. Here we just want to come down and name our first team that's part of our Trello board, and then come down and choose your team type. I'm going to come down and select operations, and then down here you can add your team members. However, I'm going to skip adding team members here because I want to show you how to do this within your Trello dashboard. So come down and click continue. Then here Trello will prompt you to get started with a paid plan. However, today we're just going to focus on the free plan because this is sufficient enough for individual use or small teams. With the free plan you have access to 10 team boards which can be active at any time, and within these team boards you have unlimited team members. You also have unlimited personal boards and you have unlimited lists and cards, which we're going to discuss more about when we dive into Trello. However, if you like, you can get started with the free 30-day trial, and that gives you access to all the features within the business class plan. However, in this beginner's tutorial, what we're going to do is navigate down to start with our business plan and focus on the free plan. Then simply navigate up to let's go. And congratulations, just like that, we've completed the initial sign up to Trello. Now what we want to do is navigate up to home, and this will take us to our Trello dashboard. And before we go ahead and create and navigate through project boards and add new team members to help us collaborate on Trello, firstly we're just going to quickly run through all the important elements and features on the Trello dashboard. Okay, so firstly, to clean up our home dashboard, what we're going to do is click dismiss this and then navigate down here to upgrade this team and click exit. Now, what I love about Trello's home dashboard is it's a very simple layout. Everything you need is here on your home dashboard. So for example, firstly, on the left hand side we have boards. These are your project boards. You can also navigate to your boards by clicking boards up here, or you can navigate over to the right hand side and click this plus icon, and that's going to allow you to create a board. And then you have other options down here. For example, start with a template. That's creating a board from a pre-made template, and this allows you to build your project or workflow from a pre-made template. This can make it faster and easier for you to create projects, and also gives you an idea of how you can be creative with your project boards. And then we can also create a new team, and this is a paid option here. Now if I click exit, I can also come down here and create a new board from this quick link if I like. However, back over to the left hand side, this is where you can view all your boards. Then below boards we have templates. Again, we're going to talk more about templates after we've created our first project board. Essentially, you have the option to start from scratch, or you can choose a pre-made template. Then again, we have home, which is currently where we are. This is where you're going to see up-to-date activity that's relevant to you and your teams within Trello. And below home we have teams, and this is an important feature within Trello. Basically, you're creating teams for specific boards. So at the moment you can see that we've already created design team, and we currently don't have any boards associated with this team. But basically what you can do is create multiple teams, departments, and then allocate those teams to specific projects. And below each of your teams you have information to help you get started. We have your boards allocated to these teams. We also have highlights, members, and settings. Now we have this new option here, team table, but this is for if you decide to upgrade to a paid plan, so we're not going to discuss this in this tutorial. Again, if we navigate up to the top right hand side, we have the option to create, like we mentioned before, create a new board, template, or create a team. Next to that we have information. This is information to help you get started with Trello and help you make the most out of Trello. Then next to information we have notifications. Any notifications that are relevant to you, you're going to view those notifications here. And you'll also get notifications via email, and you can also allow desktop notifications if you like. Then next to notifications, the last thing is our profile, and you can navigate through this in your spare time, but basically you can customize your profile if you like. Okay, so now that we've covered all the important features and elements to help you navigate throughout Trello, what we're going to do now is create a new team, add members, and then we're going to work our way through a new board. Okay, so to simply create a new team, all we need to do is navigate up to teams and then click this plus icon. Or we can navigate up to the plus icon on the top right hand side and come down and click create team. So we're going to go ahead and click create team. Here what we're going to do is name our team, and then come down and choose your team type. So for us, we're in marketing. This is our marketing team. And I can come down and add a description about this team. And as you can see, I've quickly added a team description. This helps identify this team. Then come down and click continue. And here all we need to do is add the email addresses of our team members that we want to be part of this team. So I'm going to go ahead and add one team member, and then come down and click invite to team. Now you want to add as many of your team members that you want to be part of your team. You can also add additional members later on, and I'm going to show you how to do this after we've created this team. So once you've added all your team members, come down and click invite to team. And here you can see we've gone ahead and successfully created a new team, our marketing team. We can come down here and edit details about this team, or we can come down to boards and we can go ahead and create a new board from scratch, so a project, or we can select a template or browse all the templates that are available. We can also navigate up here to members, and we can come down here and invite new team members to this team. We can also navigate over to settings and then change our team's visibility from private, so is not indexed or visible to those outside the team. We can change this to public. Public basically means that everyone on the internet can find your team, and that goes for your projects too. So what we want to do is keep this on private, because these are private boards that we want specific teams to be part of. We don't want our team or our boards visible to the public. Now I can also exit out of that one and come down to the bottom, and I can also delete this team if I like. However, what I'm going to do is navigate back up to home. And on our home dashboard you can see that we now have two teams. We have marketing team, which we just created, and design team. Now if we want to add additional members to each of these teams, all we need to do is navigate to members under each of these teams. So what we want to do is actually come down to members under design team and add additional members to this design team. So to do that, all we need to do is select members, and then just add the emails of the team members you want to invite to this team. So we're going to go ahead and just actually add one team member, and then come down and click invite to team. And as you can see, our design team now has 2 team members. So what I want to do is head back to home. And now that we've covered teams and team members, what we want to do now is actually go ahead and create a new project board and guide you through the process of creating boards, lists, and cards. So what I want to do is create a new project for the design team. So under design team, I'm going to come down to boards. And then here I have the option to select a pre-made template, or I can come down and create a board from scratch. We're going to go ahead and create a board from scratch. And first things first, what we want to do is name our board. So think about the name of your project. What do you want to name your board? For us, we're going to name this Website Project Client A. Then once you've named your board, come down and make sure you have the right team selected. I'm happy with design team. This is a project for the design team. Then come down to team visible. Here we can choose either private or team or public. Remember, we're not going to go ahead and select public. However, we do have the option to either select team or private. So private is only board members can see and edit this board. So only members that you invite directly to the board, or everyone in your team. So everyone within our design team. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to select team. Again, we have the option to select a template, and then up here we have the option to select a background color. So for us, we're going to select this blue color because this is going to allow for a more visually pleasing and user-friendly background with no contrasting issues. So bold colors will work best for your projects, just a lot easier to read. And then come down and click create board. Now to understand a Trello board, it's very straightforward. So we've got 3 important elements. First we have the board itself, which is a project. Then we have lists, which are in essence categories. And then within our lists we have cards, which are essentially tasks. And that is essentially the structure of Trello boards. So boards are projects, lists are categories, and cards are tasks. Okay, so our board or project is called Website Project Client A, and within this board we have our lists along here. So we're going to go ahead and change these lists by simply clicking on the list title. I'm going to name this list Project Jobs. I'm going to name this list In Progress, and this list over here is going to be called Pending Approval. And then I'm going to navigate over to add another list, and I'm going to enter completed jobs. And then come down to add list. So I'm happy with those 4 lists for now. I'm going to exit out of this one and just stick to these 4 lists. Now you can see that this is a workflow. You can see that we have project jobs. So I'm going to add all the jobs, and once each of these projects are started, they will move over to in progress. Then once they need to be approved by the client, they're going to move over to pending approval. Then once those jobs are approved by the client, we're going to shift those over to completed jobs, and that's going to be our project workflow for this particular board, Website Project Client A. So I'm going to come down here to project jobs and add a new card. The first card or task is going to be homepage, and then I'm going to come down and click add card. Okay, now following the same process that I just showed you, I'm going to go ahead and add 4 more cards. And as you can see, I've just added 5 cards. Now these cards or tasks make up this website project. So as you can see, these are all the project jobs that need to be completed for the execution of the Website Project Client A. Now each of your lists or cards can be moved around. So for example, this list, I could drag and drop that somewhere on this project. However, I'm happy with project jobs at the beginning. Now this is a project workflow. So each task flows to each of these lists. For example, let's say this card, homepage, which is a task, has begun being worked on by one of our team members. Then what we can do is drag this over to in progress. Again, let's say that the services page has started, someone has started working on the services page for this particular client, and then let's say it has been completed. So we move that over to pending for approval until the client has approved this. Then let's say the client approves the service page that we've created, then we can move that along the workflow to completed jobs. And we basically want all these cards over here to eventually end up in completed jobs. And that is our basic workflow. Now, I hope this does make sense to you. This is a basic project workflow. However, if you've never created your own project before, then I recommend getting started with a template before creating your own project with a Trello board. Now, you can also navigate to each of the cards that you've created, and you can actually edit these cards based on the details that you want to add to each of the tasks. For example, with the contact page, if I click the pencil icon, I have basic options here. For example, I can open the card up and see more details. I can edit the labels, change members who are associated with this task, change cover. So basically I can add an image that's associated with this task. I can move this card down the pipeline. I can also copy, change due date, and archive. So what I want to do is actually open the card. And here you can see that under the card I can add additional details. So for example, add to card, what I can do is add a member, so an allocated member that has to deal with this particular task. So if I add members, I can come down here and search for a member, and then come down and select that particular member. Now if I exit out of that one, you can see that this particular individual or team member is now associated with this task. I can also come down to labels and add a label. So for example, this red label here, I can edit this and I can say important, and then come down and click save, and then select this red important label. I can also edit any of these other labels if I like. Then we have a checklist, which can be very handy, adding a checklist. We have a start date that we can add in here, a due date if we want to add a due date, and then we can add attachments if we like, or add a cover. So if I add a cover, I can come down and choose a color, upload an image, or choose from stock photos. But I'm going to leave that for now. So you have all these options over here. Then down here we have more advanced features. For example, add a power up. This basically allows you to add additional features to your task. It also allows you to integrate other apps, which we're going to talk briefly about later on. So again, up here you have options to add elements to your card. Then below that we have these actions. So again, we can move, copy, make a template, we can watch, and basically this will allow you to get notifications on this particular task, archive, and share again. Now if we navigate back up to the top, we can also add a description, or we can add a comment here. So for example, if I wanted to communicate with the individual that is part of this card, I can add important information here. So for example, I could say, please message me when you have received the photos for this page. I can also come down and click at, and then add the individual that is part of this card, and that way they're going to be notified in their activity feed. So I'm going to come down and click save. So as you can see, with each card, or basically task, you can add additional information that is relevant to each card. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to exit out of this card, and you can see that I have that edited card over here with one comment, and then we have that label. Now if I added a cover here, it would be more visual. If you want your board to be a lot more visual, then you can start adding colors or cover images to each of your cards. And that is how you can create your own project boards within Trello. Then up here we have design team. So if we click on our team here, we can go ahead and change the team if we like. Then we have team visibility. We can go ahead and change this to private or keep it as team. Then next to that we have invite. We can invite additional people to join us on this board. Now the main reason we use Trello is for larger projects and project workflows. For example, like a website project that we have here. These are projects that we work hand in hand with clients. We tend to engage and collaborate with our clients through Trello. So our internal team and our clients engage together through Trello when we work on specific projects. So Trello is great for including your entire team and including your clients. And then on the other hand, for day-to-day project management, you can also use Trello. However, we tend to use Asana for that day-to-day project management and personal projects, workflows, and to-do lists. And just because we've mentioned Asana for day-to-day project management, what we'll do is link that up above if you want to learn more about Asana as a day-to-day project management tool. Okay, so back to Trello. We also have the butler up here. So if we click butler, basically the butler feature allows you to create small automations. It gives you insights and gives you really the essentials to make the most out of Trello. So when you start increasing the activity on each of your Trello boards, you'll start getting notifications from the butler. And this is where the butler starts helping out and giving you advice and giving you insights on how you can really better the way that you're using Trello. Then if we navigate over to show menu, this is where we have additional information that we can edit. So for example, about this board, we can add a description, we can change the background color, and we can search for specific cards. Then you have activities down here based on this particular board. So if we exit out of this one and then we exit out of the butler, what we want to do now is navigate back to home. And last but not least, we want to go ahead and quickly discuss templates. So as you can see under Design Team, we have boards selected, and then we have the option to select these templates. The same is said if we come down to boards under Marketing Team, we have the option to select these templates. But what we want to do is navigate up to Templates, which is below Boards, and this will give us access to all the free pre-made templates that we can choose from to get started with a board. So for example, if we come down through these categories and we select Project Management, you can see that a whole bunch of templates appear here. Again, if we navigate up to Marketing, we have a whole bunch of template ideas for marketing for a board. And let's say you like the sound of this template here. All you need to do is select the template. You can come down and view the template if you like, or navigate back to the top and click Use Template. And then all you need to do to simply create a board from a template is give this board a title, then come down and add a team. So for us, we're just going to select Marketing Team, then keep the cards and template cards and come down and select Create. And as you can see, just like that, we now have a template that we can build from, we can gather ideas from, we can look at the structure and decide if this is the type of project we want to create in terms of the layout, the design, and the structure. So templates are great for helping you get started and understand all the possibilities of what you can create with Trello. So I invite you to take the time to create your own Trello board and then also navigate through all the different pre-made Trello templates and get more of an idea of how you can make the most of Trello. And that is everything we wanted to cover in this Trello tutorial for beginners. And there we have it, guys. That is a complete walkthrough of Trello to help you take project management and collaboration to the next level. Now, if you have any questions about this tutorial, make sure to pop them down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this Trello tutorial all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And that way, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.